Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Thought about expanding on something that we covered a little bit last night in the live stream with my wife and I. If you missed that, you can still watch that live stream again over on Rumble. If you go to Rumble, it's there just like a normal video and you can watch it. We did remove it very shortly after the live stream ended here on YouTube because, well, we were saying things that go against YouTube's standards, and so that's kind of something that we do. So if you missed it, you're not going to find the live stream here on YouTube. You can see it on Rumble for those of you that are on Rumble, or if you're not, go over there and check us out on Rumble. Subscribe to that channel because that is our backup channel, and that is where we're moving. We're moving to Rumble, and we're moving to Locals. And Locals is just a part of Rumble. It's the membership side of Rumble. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about is, I think my wife first brought it up in last night's video, and we talked a little bit about it, about how the left, they have to make everything depressing and ugly and distorted, so that, well, you know, people think that things are just bad. And really what that stems from is that, and this is something that's happened throughout really all humanity. When there's a power that wants to take over the people, when they want to control them, they have to basically destroy humanity. Not in a literal sense, not that they have to go through and kill everyone or something like that, but they have to destroy, at least in our minds, what makes us humans, what makes us happy, what makes civilizations thrive. And so that's what we're seeing happen, I believe, here in this country. We're seeing things that not only are they vulgar, they're evil, you know, all these things that you know about it. But I'm talking about also just the kind of the pleasantries, the beauty, the niceties that normally our society has experienced for a long time, and that most societies that are successful do. We're watching all of that being distorted and destroyed, to the point that more and more Americans are, you know, they're depressed. More and more people seem to be hopeless and feel that their existence is hopeless, or that their existence has no purpose. Or that they have no direction in their life. This is becoming a bigger problem and a more profound thing, and it's being done on purpose, because powers that want to rule over people and to take over and to control their lives, they need a people that are very downtrodden, people that actually need saving. They need people that need saving, if that makes any sense. You see, if a society is successful, if a culture and a people, if they're happy, if they're, you know, they may not all be millionaires, but they're doing good for themselves. They're not really too worried about their life. They're enjoying, maybe it's financial success. Maybe they're very healthy. They have a big, beautiful family. They're enjoying culture and arts and just the pleasantries of a society. And when people are in that place, they don't want help. They're not thinking and worrying constantly about where their next meal is coming from. They're not thinking that everything is bad and I need someone to come fix it. If you go back and just as an example, and I know it's not perfect, but it's an example of, say, the 1950s here in America. That would be, by many measures, one of our peaks of a civilization was the 1950s, where people were successful. You know, they were purchasing homes, they were purchasing cars. You usually had one person in the home that had to work. And that they, were able to have leisure time for the first time in really all of existence. People dressed nice. We've all seen the pictures of a family going to the market, to the grocery store, and the dad's wearing a suit and the mom's wearing a dress and the kids are dressed up. I mean, they're better dressed than people that go to church nowadays. We've seen probably pictures of of people at the beach or at amusement parks from the 50s and 60s, and they look fairly fit in shape. They're, very attractive people. The women look like women and the men look like men, and there's no confusion between that, as compared to maybe pictures seen today where everyone's overweight. Everyone's just, there's weird hairstyles, some of them you can't tell the men from the women. It's distorted. And not to put any individual people down, it's ugly compared to what we once were. And I believe personally that this is all being done for a purpose. When you start to look at the chaos, the violence, the entertainment industry is this way. Social media online is this way. I said a statement last night in the live stream. I said we're at a place where women are trying to be as ugly as possible. I'm not saying every one of them, so please don't get me wrong, but I'm saying you see these women that are attractive and they're shaving their hair off and they're putting piercings and tattoos all over themselves, putting on weight, different color, strange hair, dressing weird ways. And the men are trying to be beautiful women. I mean, it's a very distorted, strange world that we live in. And I believe that it's being done, again, so that they can take us over. That's what they want. They want everything to be falling apart. They want people to be depressed. They want them addicted to drugs. They want them in a state of despair. They want them in a state of fear, unhealthy. I mean, of course, we know about the state of health in the United States. It's abysmal. Everyone's got some kind of disease. Everyone's got some kind of mental disorder. Everyone's on some kind of pharmakeia pill. We're constantly, the vast majority of the quote unquote food that you find in grocery stores isn't even real food. It's just filled with chemicals, and it's altered, and it's genetically this and all this kind of stuff. That's the vast majority of the food that's eaten in the United States. Everything is harmful. Everything is dangerous. You're constantly worried about your children because, they can't just play outside like normal. It's unhealthy. It's dangerous. When I was a child, I would be gone like many of you. We'd be gone all day long. If we weren't in school, we were riding our bikes all day long. Mother didn't have a clue where we were. We were, healthy outside, not sitting in front of a TV or a video game, and there was not really any worry of anything really bad happening to us. Nowadays, kids can't do that. Parents don't even want their children going outside because it's dangerous. They might catch a disease. They may be kidnapped. They may be shot at. So please stay inside and sit in front of this TV. I've got my things to do, and I need the TV and the video games to babysit you. We're watching our society, the humanity part of our society, not the business, not the political. I mean, those things too, but that's not what I'm saying right now. We're watching the sheer humanity in our society crumble. And I believe that is being done for a purpose. It's very much a communist concept. It's very much right out of Marxism. If you look at, and my wife brought this up last night, you go back and you look at communist Russia during its peak, the 50s and the 60s, where the United States, like I previously mentioned, was a pretty beautiful place. People were happy and buying homes, and art was still thriving, and music, and all this kind of stuff. And then you go to communist Russia, and everything was bland. Every building and every house looked the same. There was no color. The vehicles. If you could buy a car or own a car, everything looked the same. It was all bland looking. And there's a reason and a purpose for that, because we are both a physical and a spiritual being. And I believe that because, obviously, when you look around, God the Father has an eye for beauty because it's all around us. You go out in nature and you see it all around us. And I believe that we're the same way. And when you take that away, you take color away, you take art away, you take civilized, people away. You take normalcy, things that are just, they're just normal. That's the way it's always been. A man looks like a man, a woman looks like a woman. Happiness, you take safety, all these things away, and people become desperate. They become depressed. They find themselves in a state of despair and very easily able to take over and to control and to manipulate. And so I think that's one of the things, of the many things that's going on right now. That is one of the things that's happening. And I think that we should be aware of it when we see that, look at art. What is being portrayed as art now? It's absolutely, it's weird for one thing. It's weird, it's disgusting, sometimes it's ugly. And then, guess what? There's this new thing, I guess, not brand new, but new enough, of artificial intelligent art. In fact, there has been a debate over the last couple of years of whether AI art should be allowed to be submitted into, art competitions and things like that, because guess what? It's way better. If you look at the AI art, while some of it is distorted, there are some pictures that the AI has created, and they're quite beautiful compared to things that humans have created in the last few years. And maybe that's part of this, that's the beauty is, oh, let's run to the AI. I don't know. But I will say that we can, you can look at our civilization around us and see that it's in decay. And not just, again, not just the physical of buildings or political or financial, but also the humanity side of our civilization is crumbling, is collapsing. And there's no pride anymore. And I'm not talking about pride like in Pride Month or, selfish indulgence pride, but I'm talking about that you want something to be nice. You want your house to look nice. You want this building to look nice. So we put some effort into it. You look at buildings from the 17 and 1800s and further back, and they were beautiful works of art. Homes that were built from the 1800s all the way up and into the early 1900s. They were beautiful architecture, beautiful craftsmanship in homes, and now they all look the same. You pay $300,000, $500,000 for a home to live in this gated neighborhood cut off from everyone else, and your house looks just like all the others around you. We claim that it's beautiful, but in the end they all just look just like the other ones. I believe that this, folks, is just another indicator that our society is collapsing and that there are powers out there that are determined to take us over. These globalist world powers are trying to bring society down to a point that we are desperate, that we will take anything that's given to us, that it's violent and we need someone to fix the violence. It's scary, it's unhealthy, it's sick, it's diseased, it's uncultured, it's chaotic. And we need someone to step in and offer this global peace that will fix all of our problems. Because that's what they do. They create the chaos and then they offer you the order. They create the problem and they offer you the solution. And so as we watch all of these things, take notice of how strange something is, or ugly, or distorted, or weird, or the opposite, or things that make no sense. It's very likely it's being done somewhere at some level, pushed the agenda on purpose so that we can be taken over. They have to destroy humanity to bring up something new that we will accept. Because if everything's perfect and everything's great and everyone's having a good time and successful and happy, then we don't want someone to take us over. We're not going to accept some new totalitarian type thing that's going to wipe away our freedoms because, we would be happy already. So folks, this is something that we need to be aware of, and in your own life, in your own circle, try to fight against it and teach your children. Teach your children to normalcy and traditions and values and beauty and art, and then of course many other things, hard work and how to take care of yourself, because The world out there is trying to wipe that away. These people that are trying to rule everything. I think that they're trying to completely bring us down, bring humanity down. That's why we're seeing all these hundreds of thousands of illegals pouring into the country every month, so that they can bring us down to the bottom level, so that they can offer the solution to fix all of our problems. Folks, right now it's time to get your houses in order, and it's time to prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.